Zika Lies Odyssey. Well, welcome to the Odyssey show again. Well, it's been a while. I mean, I haven't got to make all those good stuffs up. I was pretty busy. There's a lot of good stuff. So we're just setting up for like someone on the album that we need to record to. It's getting like a little bit more upcoming, especially news too. We need to get some more news to learn more about it. It's gonna be like something more cooler that's gonna show up. So hope everyone else is gonna know this. So I'll meet you in shadow over there, so it might be more easier to look out something crazy. I just don't care these people what they're asking about impeachment. We know something else is gonna have to survive. They have to survive the countries unless they'll have to do it. You know what I mean? But I can explain how that welfare or constitution was, or death in the nation. But I can explain that later. But we're gonna have to see what's going on for today for the California news that we're going to talk about today. So it's gonna be California news, international news. So it's gonna be more important to just see that far. So I'm gonna keep you in check. Okay, breaking news. The NCAA people for the college, they're going to have to deal with all those endorsements to earn money from all those people. Whoever they're athletes, they can earn them their money to themselves instead of, what did the people for they have to do those in the mayor? They have to do it all on themselves. Well, I can explain. People just don't want, most of the states don't do that. But California, Nevada, Arizona can connect it together. Because we're that third world country. I think that they're going to expect that most of the athletes can earn money from college. It's like odd or even. Like most people, they're just being outraged by their racists. They don't care. They just like to just serve themselves or whatever they have to do. But it's good because it's the best thing about what the people in college, they haven't earned them that much. Only just like the students, they haven't earned them unless they'll do it much better, unless they'll make a better funding, all kind of stuff. I have one of my sisters, she been to Sonoma State University, she endorses a lot. But I have no crap or attention about that stuff. Or neither what the like Sonoma or Sacramento State or whatever. I have no beefs on the people on the college, but people are just like to argue about that stuff. As long as we were Californians, I could give that shit for free. Isn't it just because we're just like the third world country? That's why we only just like serve out for kids for free lunches for free. Isn't that cool if they could just serve that for free? Of course that they can. Especially you can go let those kids have those free preschools, free kindergarten for those classes before they have to pay up a little bit more. Like average money they have to get for schools. Isn't that the great simple they can get? Of course. I have one of my daughters usually gets in it for free. So it works on me. So I can explain how this is going to work. For schools, colleges, it's a good example when they have to put it in the mix of way. Think about it. If you got so many people in a damn line on you, they can just screw it as long as they can. But it's good. Just trying to give you some reasons why it's just those doors to the money. So it's all about the public funding. So it's all about the government that are just like sending off from some few states or more, they're gonna have to deal with it. That's the reason why. Alright, so I'm gonna give you another one. Okay, breaking news. Well, there was a tornado that was been going on in the Mid Valley, whereas in the state of Napa Valley, where it was the city of Sacramento, Fairfield, and then it was Dixon, Davis, and everywhere. It's all dry up when they just spun around when there was all the desert. Yeah, but it kind of felt like we were like in a state of Kansas or whatever. But it felt me really weird. I don't see the reason why. It's just felt like a little bit scary. There's like mixture weather that has been going on. There was snow around here between connected with California, Nevada, and plus also rain too, or thunderstorms. Sounds pretty weird too. Same thing with Arizona too. It's like every mixture of weather that just keeps going on and on. But it felt funny to me, but it's hard to believe, like, to be a geologist, to think about how the weather that's going to be look like. It's kind of like feel really weird to me because they didn't know that they expected like tornadoes around in the Mid-Valley. I'm like, man, this shit's too damn scary. I'm like, I felt like that it was really cold to happen. I'm like, holy shit, it must be like something in them would end up sacrifice or something. I was like, damn. I'm like, who knew? I know that they're up to something. Okay, breaking news. Well, the ski snowboarding season is going to be coming up. Something big that's going to happen in Reno, and they're going to have some like a very good festivals and all kind of stuff they can just serve out for free. Unless you have to bring bobslides. Well, I've been there as a kid, but don't foul me on that one. But I love snowboarding. I played on the first game I used to play when I was like 5 years old. But, ski's fun, but never played as a pro. But didn't want to get injured, It's no fun, It's just crazy talk, Like most people, they can get injured around in Nevada, it sucks, Like people can be like end up passed away from those injuries like that. But seems not why I wasn't familiar to it. Same thing what Arizona did or California, since they used to have snow before. But particle states of Arizona or Nevada, there's all that. You know what I mean? Like all that. But it's scary because like People's Republic of California, I have to be more careful where all those injuries have ever been come from. But they've been right since last year when the reason why since when they used to get hurt like this. I'm like seriously, in this season, it will be the new day for the people who we are. The Germans, the Californians, the Native American people. It can be fun. We can be like, end up like as Eskimos or something. I'm like, who knew the people that who we are? Who we care that these people who we love? We just love the people. We just don't care what the people said. If there was like white supremacists or kind of that stuff, there's no ego to it. You know what I mean? There was no religion to that. I've been relate something else that I can be seen with someone else they need to survive to. And that's it. No problema. Okay. Okay, breaking news. There was some crazy porn video that has been going on in public on the Billboard Highway. If you're looking at in the state of California like that, and you see all those damn highways that were just brushed away, it would be so gross if there could be something more pornatic, if there could be like somewhere around in the outside. You know what I mean? Like people in the United States of America just don't do that. Only that the third world countries can just promote porn, and they just show how like something that's more like a little bit more negative, and they could just be pornatic to girls. They could just see all those particle nudities that would just come out to it. I think it was kind of a little weird to me, but this is the first time what California has done it. That each particle states of California had it. Because, People's Republic of California, they should have like one of those like porno billboards. They have to do that for once at a time. But maybe Nevada can do that because like particle states in Nevada, like Las Vegas, like also known as Death Valley, I think they can just do it to themselves. And Truckee Valley, I think they can do the same thing too. I mean, like Tahoe Valley. Whatever it does, I think they have to find their own ways to do it. Silicon Valley, maybe they could do the same thing, or Baja del Sur, or whatever, It has to be like that unless they'll have to do all the damn promotions. Who knows that they're going to have to deal with all those great sexy girls that can be around them. I'm like, holy shit, I can just put down to the boner and see how much I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Because I can give it to women unless they'll have to do it. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. Okay. Okay, breaking news. Well, like I said, there's really good news. Kaiser just gonna offer some really good working rallies care, unless somebody else has to earn more money to the volume for all the hospitals where all those in the California area has to be around to all of those millionaires have to his own thrive. You know, if you look, if you look and take a look about the Thrive City, like if the Warriors already bought that endorsement deal, you can tell like if that Thrive City is gonna be like super expensive because most of the mental health illness, it takes a lot of hype to do that because you know like when people who are ever committed suicide or a suicide attempt, it's gonna take much time to get up, and it's hard to value the people to save the day. You know what I mean? You know, I heard somebody else on the phone or whatever where they can start to say like, I'm going to kill myself. I'm like, no. Seriously. You can't survive without your gun. You can't survive yourself with a knife or nothing. Since during the Trump administration, don't declare yourself. If this happens, there'll be no middle class. There'll be end up as like third world countries could be around here. We're just low class. We're just like the low class workers. That's the reason why we're just like part of those 13 states of the People's Republic of California. We're nothing but without the United States of America. Because without them, we can just survive them themselves. You know, like if we're in the hospital, like if we have to take care of those issues, there's no way they can survive. You know, Gavin Newsom can help it. He can do the negotiation with the millionaire sellers. Has to deal with the healthcare. You know what I mean? Free healthcare is good, but with Kaiser it's going to take a little bit too far for all those mental illness people because people in the rally they have to do like in a curiosity way because people in Oakland they're being bullshitting about that. There's just I know it sucks because they're just like they think that it's not good for the colony to have that. But particle states in Nevada or Arizona, do you think they can offer for it? Of course. The rally needs help for in the particle states of California, like Silicon Valley. You know, do you think that the state of Silicon Valley can do a good job for it? Of course. Maybe even the millionaires they can stack them up and just send it off to some trades or something. Maybe there would be a big chance. Alright, here comes the critical beatdown news. Well, I got some bad news for you. We're going to have a civil war too, but you'll never know what's going to happen because, you know, like there's going to be white supremacists and Trump supporters going on, but if they're going to have war and they're going to have beef, and you'll never know how it's going to expect because I have nothing to say, I have no word to say. Well, there is something that's going on because during the 13 state successions or whatever you're blaming between Democrats and Republicans, it's getting to end up worse. Civil War 2 is really worse. That could destroy America forever. Like, for real. Forever. Nobody can get able to survive this for every day or every single day. You know what I mean? I'm like, why the hell that Donald Trump can have to declare a civil war too? Since before he's going to have to end up removed or from the office or impeachment. I'm like, seriously, do you think Trump is going to have to deal with an idea for it? Oh, please. This is crazy. I'm like, I know it's about to be real or something, but there's there's nothing you can tell because these people are just getting harmed or held. Well, as we were Californians, we can stop them for good if those lousy Americans or these people from who are like Trump supporters, they have to put back their ass to in the Middle East where they belong. I'm like, I have no hope with those guys. They just have no hope. They don't have any free colonies to own their landmark. I'm like, seriously, find the better statehoods that you can pick in the Middle East and recreate something bigger. You know what I mean? You know, leave those Californians alone unless they'll do a good job, unless somebody else has to pick it out. And plus, well, we even thought some things, you know, there's other things with what the U.S. Constitution has to do, whatever it's got to do. You know, like if they get like a religion freedom there just applied already, what Trump said, what he was just declared to it for people in the United Nations, it's very serious. That could end up to have a civil war. And that's it. And that could get worse. I'm like, it's evil. It's really evil because we're Catholics, you know, and Christians are just evil too. I think they're pretty much an excuse for those people what they have if they're gonna have civil war. This isn't gonna be good. So you gotta have to save yourself unless you do it. And that's it. So we'll be back after this. I'll see you in the next part and see who we can. Okay? So this is your boy Odyssey.